Well, we've got even more pathetic fundraising numbers from the MAGA caucus in the House of Representatives. We've already talked about Madison Cawthorn. We've already talked about Marjorie Taylor Greene, but we got two more now to add to that list of people who had really pathetic first quarter fundraising numbers. And those people happen to be Matt Gaetz and Lauren Boebert. Now, unlike Greene and Cawthorn, both Gaetz and Boebert raised more money than they spent. So, I guess that's a net positive for them. Unfortunately, they spent almost as much as they had raised in that first quarter, leaving them with a net of only about $100,000 apiece. Now, here's the difference, however. Obviously, Marjorie Taylor Greene has some primary challengers. Marjorie Taylor Greene has an issue with her Democratic challenger raising more money than her, even though she's in a deep red district. But the deep red district is the only thing she has going for, right? So she is relatively safe. Madison Cawthorn's pathetic numbers, his constituents turning against him, the lawsuit from the former campaign aide, the fact that prominent Republicans are endorsing his opponents in the primary. Cawthorn's in big trouble. He needed money. He didn't get it. He is screwed. Boebert, well, before I get to Boebert, let's talk about Gaetz for a moment. Gaetz, his fundraising numbers don't matter. And it really sucks to say that. But Matt Gaetz could have come out and raised $0 this past quarter, and he would still win re-election. See, here's the thing, and I hope people truly understand this and appreciate the perspective here. As somebody that lives in this district, I can tell you how many commercials I have seen from Matt Gaetz throughout his entire campaigning since before he even won the office. You know how many ads I've seen from Matt Gaetz? None. None. You know how many billboards I see? Elect Matt Gaetz? None. You see yard signs, sure. But this district is so deeply, deeply red that Gaetz doesn't have to campaign at all. Like literally at all. People show up at the polling booth, they see R next to this name, D next to this name, and they say, well, screw that, I'm voting for the R. Doesn't matter what the name is. The name could be Kermit the Frog. And they'll be like, well, if he's a Republican, I'm voting for Kermit. So Matt Gaetz could literally stop raising money forever, just as long as he only wants to run in this district, and he'll be fine. Unless, of course, he's in jail. Then, whole different set of problems. Running for office is the least of his concerns at that point. But he also doesn't have any good primary challengers. Yes, he is polling below 50% in the district, but at the end of the day, when the people head to the polls, those numbers are not going to matter. This area is not going to vote for a Democrat, and as long as Matt Gaetz makes it through that Republican primary, he's going to win this seat once again. So now over to Boebert and her financial troubles, which, by the way, isn't she still being investigated for her previous campaign money? Spending enough money to drive all the way around the circumference of the earth 1.5 times? And there was, last I heard, an FBI investigation into possible misuse of campaign funds, right? Going to the dude that was living in the restaurant that weird stuff happened, and we've talked about it all. And everybody just kind of forgets that she's under this investigation. She's in trouble. Yes, she is in a deep red district. Well, she's in a safe red district. I wouldn't say deep red. It's not as deep as Marjorie Taylor Greene or Matt Gaetz' district here, but it's a Republican district. And after redistricting, it got a little bit more Republican. Problem for Boebert is it didn't get more MAGA Republican-y, it got more centrist Republican-y. And she has a very tough primary opponent, Don Coram, who is a very popular state senator running against her for this House seat. So Boebert not raising much money is in fact an issue. People in the district love her or hate her, right? She does not have universal support there. It is split. And if Coram can emerge as a true primary challenger, which I believe he already has, Boebert's going to wish she had spent more time raising money and less time trying to make a fool of herself at every given opportunity. This is Hattie.
Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.